So hello guys, welcome to today's training. I'm Olale John. So in today's training, I'm going to be taking you through some pro tips on in designing a professional looking web page online. So if you are looking to design a website, a landing page, a funnel, or any sort of web pages, so I'm going to be sharing with you today some tips that I have crafted out from my experience working as a funnel builder, website design expert, and a landing page expert. So I want you to follow me through today as I'll be taking you through all these processes and tips step by step, and I believe you're going to be getting a lot of value. So guys, welcome back to this channel. This is High Income Funnels. High Income Funnels is an agency that specializes in helping individuals, businesses, and organizations to build their landing pages, websites, funnels, and we specialize in handling the technical and creative aspects of your business. So, guys, without further ado, let's go straight to the details of today's training. Pro tips. So I'm going to be sharing with us 7 pro tips for now you can come up with a high quality, professional, neat web page design. So the first one here is master your color choices and combination. So when you are trying to come up with any form of design, the first thing you want to make a decision on is the color that you want to be using for your design, and the if you are thinking of using more than a color, then you might be thinking of combining 2 or 3 colors together. So in the process of doing this, you want to make sure that you are combining colors that works together. So if you like me to do a video on the psychology of colors and combination and how you can use colors to come up with a nice design, comment in the comment box below. Tell me that you need that training and I'm going to do it. So the next one here is your choice of font, style, and sizes. So while coming up with your designs, the choice of fonts that you choose to use for your design gives your design a kind of perception. So if you just design a web page and your fonts aren't legible and everything looks awkward, where you should be using a smaller size font, you are using a bigger size. Where you should be using a paragraph text size font, you are using a subtext size font, then you are going to come up with a very bad design. So when trying to come up with a nice design, you want to make sure that you are using you choose a legible font and a font that gives you the right perception about your business, and you want to also master the sizes. So the next one here, which is number 3, is alignment of elements, text, and your section and columns. Now what does this mean? When you are designing, you want designs combine. When you're trying to come up with design, you have the section. In the section you have the row. In the row you have the columns, and in the columns that's where you have each element. Now while arranging your element inside each column or inside each row, you want to make sure that these elements are all aligned together. Now what do I mean by the elements? The elements are your text, your video, your images, your button, your icons. You want to make sure that all these elements are aligned together. Take for example, if you're designing a section, if you're aligning your headline to be at the center alignment, you want to make sure that the body text is also the body text within that section is also at the same alignment just as the heading. And you want to also make sure that the button alignment is also at the same alignment just as the heading, the paragraph text, and the button. So all these tips and all these strategies are what can make your design look awesome and professional. So the next one here is the use of quality images, mockups, or models where it is needed. So while trying to make your designs, when you learn to use mockups, when you learn to use images, when you learn to use models, these images has a way of lighting up your design. especially when you know how to use them. When you know how to use them, they light up your design. So, and you want to make sure that the images you are using are very good images of high quality. By the way, make sure you are not using an image of a very large size. Make sure, because if you are using an image of a very large size, that can also affect the loading speed of your site. So you want to make sure that you are using an image of a high quality, and at the same time this image is not too big for your site to load. So the next one here is understanding the magic of white space and empty spaces. So while coming up with designs, you want to make sure that you are not jamming up your design sections with too much information. So because if you give people too much information, you bring too much element to the visuals of people, it leads to distraction. So you want to make sure that you minimize the flaunting of information on your page. You use only the needed and important element on each section. If an image is not necessary on a section, take it off. If a video is not necessary on a section, take it off. If you are making a section and the text is too much to make the design good, then you want to reduce those text. Why? Because you want to ensure that you have white spaces now, or empty spaces. Now it works like a magic, because it suddenly makes your design looks very neat, very aesthetic, very professional when you know how to use these white spaces in your design. Sixth one here is understanding how to use paddings and margins. Now when designing on the web and using some sort of page builders, you want to understand how to use these margins and paddings. You want to understand the functions of both. Margin and padding looks alike, but the function are different. Now the function of these paddings and margins helps us to be able to build our designs within the responsive area of our design. So when you are designing, you want to make sure that all your designs are captured within the margin of a section. And you want to make sure that you are adding some padding to each column or to each section. Why? This also helps you to create more space, more empty space in your design, which in turn makes your design looks very neat and beautiful. And the seventh point here is model or hire an expert. Model or hire a web design or web page design expert. So while trying to come up with designs, designing web pages can be very tricky, can be tedious, it can be very it's a kind of mental challenge that requires high level creativity. So if you're a newbie in design, you can just go ahead and model an expert, choose a work done by an expert and try to model it out. Or if you want to save yourself the stress, you can go ahead and hire an expert like me, or you get to my agency that we can work for you on any kind of web pages project. So guys, I believe you enjoyed today's video. So if you do, please give this video a thumbs up. So if you need any of our service, or you need to book a consultation with us, just click on the link in this video and you're going to get in touch with us. So thank you for watching today. Please, if you think anyone needs to hear this, feel free to share it with them, and until next time, goodbye.